Right here, he's going to be a man standing beside me. It's hard to even reach up here, but this is going to be my partner right here, my wild bird, when we go into a tournament. And I can tell you one thing, fellas, I think you're in for an easy night. There ain't going to be no easy night there, because this man here has been working out. He's been training with the man I think is the toughest man ever lived on this earth, and that is my father. All the pride just brings down right there. I brought Frazier in. He's ready. He's big enough. He's strong enough and tough enough, and we're going all the way, Gordon.
Well, I might just mention, too, that Mr. Frazier is from Philadelphia, right?
Philadelphia, Mississippi. That's right.
Yeah.
And I'm really proud to be in Atlanta, Georgia, too. I just want to tell all you people, and it's good to be your partner, Robert.
You bet.
You bet. The trophy belongs to me and you.
That's the way I'm going to look at it.
How about you and
right
I?
Here, I got Frazier and myself right here. The man's a good man. You can see he's a big man. We're ready to go in this thing. We're ready to put some people down. This is a man that can do it. I feel like I'm ready for it, and we're looking forward to competing in Atlanta.
And, well, of course, if you win the tournament, $10,000 apiece, that's not anything to sniff at.
You know, Gordon, you talk about that sort of thing. My father was a big name here. There's so much pride involved in this thing. Of course, Frazier knows it, too. The money's going to have to come secondary for us. We want those trophies. We want to be the national. We want that thing to be ours, and it's going to be ours, Gordon.
There you have it.
Well, look at it. We want to.
Again, interference and certainly lack of a fair deal, in my opinion.
That's right, Gordon. If I were to stand out here and ask you what this Freebird team is all about, I think it's supposed to be that one man can Freebird every night, that you can slip in an extra man. That way it benefits them in not knowing who you wrestle. But it seems that there's another meaning for Freebird, and that's Stan and myself having to wrestle 3 against 2, and I think you got a piece of VTR that explains that better than I can say it, really.
Exactly, and of course we have a very special announcement coming up right after we've seen this regarding Robert Fuller and Stan Frazier and the Freebirds. We'll tell you about that right now, though. Let's go back to the Omni and to this match that we're talking about, and I think you'll see full well what Robert Fuller is talking about at this particular time regarding the Tag Team Championship. The match, of course, underway, and we see Terry coming off that second rope, and Robert, obviously you're more than somewhat concerned over what's going on.
That's right. At this point, they got Frazier stopped. Now, Frazier's a hard man to get down, and by this time he's already tagged me, which you're not going to get Frazier down in there and pin him for a 1, 2, 3. He's too big, he's too strong, and he's not going to be beaten like that. I got him going pretty good here. But you see, at this point, I'm still having to go with the 2 of them. It's not one man in the ring, and Frazier just come from behind and picked me up. And, boy, I love that shot right there. I gave him 2 real good kicks. I got that Buddy Roberts over there right in the face with a nice smash, and I just came right in and tried to put a stretch on him, but I saw Michael Hayes up on the other side, and I just eased over there and gave him a good shot and moved right in for a roll-up. Now, Frazier's on the other side. He's got Terry Gordy, the other Freebird, cornered, and you see Michael Hayes right there, just as a glimpse out of the corner of your eye. He was in the ring. He clotheslined me right off the top when I was looking back at the referee, trying to decide where he was instead of counting the man's shoulders down. The referee was trying to get Frazier off of, as you see over here in the other corner, off of Terry. At the same time, there was interference in there, 3 against 2. Now, we've had this. We had it when the trophy was at stake, and now we have it again, Gordon.
Well, this is certainly no question about it. And again, we saw the situation where...
No, it was...
Is pack your bag, because you're fixing to get out of here.
We're going to find out. Let's turn it over to the ring.
I'm tired of people pushing us around.
Ladies and gentlemen, this tag team event for the Georgia Tag Team Championship with a TV time limit. Introducing first at a combined weight of 740 pounds, the tag team champions, Michael Terry and Buddy, the fabulous Freebird. Their opponents, Robert Fuller and Stan Frazier.
All right, Robert Fuller and Stan Frazier. I've asked Ted DiBiase to join me here. Very, very little time remaining and a very critical match.
Well, here it is, Gordon. You know, I thought Robert Fuller, like I expressed earlier in the show, they're fired up about this match. To go ahead and say they didn't count, they lost. That's quite a statement after only being in a couple of weeks. And Robert Fuller is ready for battle right now.
And Fuller is now taking a lot of punishment. Terry tags up with Buddy, and so the Freebirds trying to dominate. Fuller battered back against those ropes, and it's Buddy continuing to issue more and more punishment, and it is Robert Fuller outside the ring on this concrete floor. And big Stan Frazier moving down out of his corner.
You know, Gordon, these Freebirds, you know, I've been here for a few weeks now, and I've sat by and I've just watched. I haven't really voiced my opinion, but I know the Freebirds. I've wrestled them before. I wrestled them all over Louisiana and Mississippi. And the threat is always that third man. You never know when he's going to be there, and you can always count on him being there. He's always going to present himself. That's the threat today. That's what I'm worried about, is that third man is going to stick his nose in that ring when the action gets... There's that big Stan Frazier. He's got Michael...
Now we've got Frazier crashing down. Buddy rolled out of the way just in time, and now Buddy trying to pound away on him.
Well, I don't care what you say about Stan Frazier. He may be big and overweight, but it's like you say, you know, where's a 400-pound gorilla sleep, Gordon? Anywhere he wants to, and you get that man riled up, and he can do a lot of damage.
Certainly no question about that, and this match continues and time continues. And it is Buddy crashing an elbow into Stan Frazier, and again. Now Frazier uncorking against him, and now makes the tag with Robert Fuller. Robert Fuller comes charging in. Robert Fuller has Buddy and Terry Gordy in there. Now we've got all four of them in the ring. All four in the ring, and it is,
anything can happen now, Gordon. All four in this man. That referee's got a hard job trying to control a match like this. Of course, the Freebirds wanting to keep the titles, and there's Michael Hayes.
He's got the Fuller leg lock.
That's what I was talking about. You always got... Gordon, I said I wanted to help him out, and I'm going to right now.
Robert Fuller had him in the Fuller leg lock, and our time is rapidly disappearing here. Ted DiBiase has charged the ring after Michael Hayes. And wait a second, here comes Kevin Sullivan. Everybody charging in there. Our time is gone. Robert Fuller and Michael Hayes trying to get away. Robert Fuller catches up with Michael Hayes. Brings him back into the ring. Wait a minute, here comes Buddy. We've got all three of the Freebirds in there. All three of the Freebirds. Fuller hurdled over that top rope. And now Michael Hayes. Fuller smashed into the turnbuckle of the referee. Trying to restore order here. DiBiase facing all three of the Freebirds. DiBiase is down. And the bell has rung. But Fuller outside injured, and now it is DiBiase. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. A veritable mountain of a man. Stan Frazier moves in. Now the three of them have him down. DiBiase interrupted. Ooh, a pile driver. A pile driver on Frazier, and Frazier's hurt. Frazier is hurt. There is no question about that. Frazier's hurt. I don't know how badly. And there's no way that any one person can stand up against three. DiBiase getting...
We're almost there. Let's just stay alive long enough to get it done. Now, there's Stan Frazier out on the floor now. You got to realize that we were so concerned with the mesh in the ring that we didn't even know that Stan was there. We were not aware at all. I would like to really make that point clear. We didn't know that Stan was there, because had we known, there is no way that we would have left the ring.
There's no way. We looked at this point. We were awarded the checks. We said, man, we've got the money. It's the greatest thrill in all of our lives. And as we left the ring, Stan went under the ring. I guess he didn't want the referee to see that he had been out there and had interfered. And we didn't notice him ourselves. That was a terrible thing. It's one of the worst things that's ever happened to me in professional wrestling, to look back from the point that we saw as the crowd was looking and see the fact that all three Freebirds were on Stan. He already had that injury, and boy, he's just like a brother to me. This is one of the worst things that's ever happened to me in professional wrestling right here.
You know, we were elated for a minute that we had won $30,000, and just in an instant that the happiness turned to disgust, and just, you know, look at the man laying there, Gordon. He came out there to aid us, to help us, and what can you say?
Well, gentlemen, first of all, I think I can fully understand how the two of you must feel about this. Stan Frazier, of course, I said, had already suffered a compression of the discs in the back of the neck, now has suffered some larynx injury to the throat itself. How soon he'll be returning, we just don't know. But I don't think that either one of you should hold yourself to blame for what happened here. It was obvious after we looked at it you couldn't see what happened.
Well, Gordon, we took our checks and we both tried to stuff them in Stan's pocket. They said, take them back out. We're going to have to take him to the hospital. And it was just a terrible moment for us at that point. But Stan's got some extensive hospital bills, and we're gonna take care of those for him, and that money's going 3 ways. We love old Stan, and we appreciate what he did for us more than you can imagine, and we just hope he's going to be all right.
I couldn't have said it any finer.
There you have it.